Hey everybody, it's David here from Team Ultra Instinct, bringing you some new Dragon Ball Super content of the Unison Warriors, uh, the first set of the block, the blue cards. And we're getting right into it right here. We have the Trunks leader right in front of us. I actually like this leader a lot. It prevents crit basically from happening, but there are cards that interact with the effect here where you reveal it. We'll talk more about that once we get to it. But he's a standard when he attacks, draw a card, so that's always nice. It's not restricted to attacking the leader, which is always nice. His awakening is a bit different now. We have when your life is, or your opponent's life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card and switch up to one of your energy and put it to active mode, and then you can flip it over, obviously. So we haven't seen this before. This is actually new. So you can preserve your leader at 8 life, but have them at 4 life and still somehow awaken. Obviously, that's probably not always going to happen, but you can awaken at more than 4 life, which is really nice, actually. And it's nice when you're pressuring your opponent down to that point, and you can be able to awaken to stay on track with them. And you keep the permanent on the backside as well, so you'll keep that. Exact same thing. Draw a card when you attack. He's a 15k. I like the activate main here. Pay 2 blue, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and place it at the bottom of its owner deck. And then at the end of your turn, you switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. So yeah, you lose 2 energy for the turn, but at the end of the turn, you untap 1. So a pay 2 to remove something, not bad. I mean, that's fair. It's mono blue, but that's okay. We've seen other leaders do something similar, but not switch one to active mode. So I think that's nice. Fuse Zamasu, I kind of underestimated at first. I think it's actually not bad once looking at the new Zen-oh unison that we talked about in a previous video. So if you guys want to check that out for the cards that were revealed then, you can go ahead and do that. But this card, when your life is at 4 or less, you can, or your opponent has 4 or more energy, or not your opponent, you have 4 or more energy, even better. You can draw one card and then switch up to one of your energy to active mode. So that's always nice. What I like about this is this auto actually is not once per turn, so when he attacks, draw a card. You can place one of your energy in the owner's drop area, so you generally do that with the Zen-oh charged energy just to gain extra value out of it. You can give dual attack or choose one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. I would do dual attack to draw 2 cards each time. That's just me. I think he's actually pretty decent. SS Gotenks Absolute Unison. This is a new Unison card that was actually revealed to us. It's dual attack and has blocker as well. And as you can see, they're doing keywords a bit differently now, which I really like. They're placing them next to each other. Obviously, for cards that has to have the text explained, they'll have that a little bit different. But its activate main is -2, draw 2 cards. So nice, draw 2 cards. It comes in at 4 at least. But yeah, there's no additions to it. That sucks, but you can still add by placing the same name unison under it. So it adds 1 to it. Other activate main, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, which is always nice, and place them at the bottom of their owner's decks in any order. So that's a nice answer to cards with barrier right there. Obviously, it won't be able to get past indestructible or something that can't be removed by skills. Supreme Kai of Time, this card's been a lot of talk right now because this +1 works with any leader. But the activate main, it's nice for a future Trunks leader, so mostly the one from this set. Honestly, it's not as good with the old leader, but it works. But when you add a card from your life to your hand and your leader is a future Trunks, at the end of your turn, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. So it's nice if you use future Trunks' effect and her effect, you untap the 2 energies, so you essentially move something for free. You just don't get to do your plays. Or you take 2 energy away from your own turn to actually do a play. But if that's the best thing you can do, hey, you did it for free, essentially. So this is the part that's a little bit different. Add 1 card in your life, add it to your hand, and then choose 1 card from your hand and place it in your life. That's really nice with the Trunks leader. It sets up plays in the deck, but the talk has been using this with Chilai because essentially it's life gain. You can't add cards from your life to your hand in that deck, so you're just placing cards from your hand into your life, so you're just gaining life turn by turn. I think it's really dumb, but hey, maybe it'll be proven to not be OP, but I think it's OP. We talked about Zen-oh, so I'm not going to cover that in this video. This Goku is actually what pairs with the Trunks very well, so during your opponent's turn, if all of your energy is mono blue, keyword, or key thing here is that you have to have mono blue energy, but you can reveal it from your life, or if you revealed it from your life to your hand, so if it was getting critted away, or if you were just adding it to your hand from your life via an attack or something, you place it in your energy and rest mode instead, and if you do, you draw 1 card. So you're going to have an extra energy next turn, but the thing is at the end of your next turn, you place this card in your, if you place it in your energy with this skill, you place it in the drop area at the end of the turn. So it doesn't stay, but hey, it boosts you for that turn, or it could be used for the new Vegito Unison, or not Unison, Patara card that we'll get to. 20k vanilla Son Goku, that's always nice to have 20k vanillas. It's also blue, so that's always good. Works with the Vegeta ones in the past. We have a new 4k one drop Goku, which is interesting. If your leader card is a blue Future Trunks, you can return this card, or if you I don't know, this part confuses me a little. You return this card to your owner's hand, so I'm going to assume at the end of your turn you can put him back to hand. If you haven't added life to your hand due to an opponent's attack this turn, choose up to one SSB Son Goku Hope for victory in your hand to play it, so you're playing this Goku up here. If this card is removed from a battle area by a skill, choose up to one SSB Son Goku Hope for victory in your hand and place it in your energy. So that's nice. That's also kind of a ramp, but they have to remove it by a skill. Though it doesn't have to be by your opponent's skills, which is always nice. So, hey, could be free ramp. I just can't think of any combos that would go well with it right now. If your leader card is super combo, it's standard super combo at 4 or less life. But he is a 15k with a 2 specific blue cost. So that is the one difference between the old super combos. I do like it because it's Future Gohan as well. SSB Vegeta Blaze of Passion, he's literally the same effective Goku, so I'm not going to cover his text. But it's nice that they're having this. You could also use these with Gogeta if you wanted to, but the flavor in this set is to use them with the new Vegeta stuff. I love this card. It's just a common. It's a new blue Self-Awakener. It's like some of the Self-Awakeners and other colors that we have. Add a card from your life when he attacks, and then if you do that, you gain 10k power and double strike on him. So double striker in blue now instead of just Pan where she goes back to hand at the end of turn and she's just single strike. This Vegeta is a bit interesting. You have to have a blue Future Trunks for him, but he gets reduced by an energy cost of 2 in your hand during your opponent's turn, right? Yes, during your opponent's turn. Thought I read that wrong. Negate the attack, play this card. He's unique, so you can only have one in play. So if you have one in play and you try to do it, I believe it will just go to the drop area. But you can still negate the attack for 1 energy. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not a complete dud in your hand if you have one on the field already. I actually really like this SS2 Trunks. I want this card in foil. I think it looks beautiful. But he has unique as well. If you have a blue Unison card in play, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. So ideally you'll have the Supreme Kai of Time in play. But if your leader card is a blue Future Trunks at the end of your opponent's turn, draw 1 card. So this literally happens at the end of your opponent's turn every time. It checks at the end of their turn every time to draw a card. So if he sits on board, it's more and more value, but you're most likely going to get this off once if you're lucky, and 2 times if you're extremely lucky, because it probably isn't going to sit on board. Going to be realistic on that one. This is nice because it's an activate battle. You pay 2 blue, this card gets plus 10k power and triple strike for the battle. So hey, if they negate it, you don't have to pay the 2 blue. I think this card's really good. I don't know how much play it's actually going to see because it's more restricted to having Unison in play, but still it could be used in about any deck. It just doesn't get this auto if you use it in decks that aren't Future Trunks. So that's okay. This card's actually pretty solid. It can be a free counter. It's not that bad, actually. I think it would be pretty solid in a lot of decks, so prepare to see this in a lot of decks. You can't activate counterplay skills other than this card for the turn, so once you counterplay with this, you can't do any other card. But you may discard this card from your hand. If you do, the battle card being played is returned to its owner's hand instead. If you don't play this card. There we go. So that's if you don't discard a card. So it could be a free counterplay to just play it out or to return it to their hand. If you have blue Unison card with 2 or more markers in play, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost. This could be for free without many, like, I don't know, there's no takebacks from this, honestly. If you just don't have the 2 or more Unison in play, okay, it's not for free, but if you do, holy crap, it's for free. I wouldn't run more than 2 of this in a deck, but obviously you'd be wanting to run it in a deck that is utilizing these Unison cards. This new Vegito had a lot of people stunned by what it did, but it's also restricted to a Trunks Future, so prepare to see this roaming around as maybe a rogue deck, potentially a meta deck. I don't see it being that high up in the meta, but I think it'll catch people off guard just because this combo is actually really good once you get it off. He's Deflect, Triple Strike, Barriers, so he's basically slightly stronger Gogeta in terms of power, but his effect isn't as oppressive as Gogeta unless he sits on board. If your leader card is blue Future Trunks, when this card is played, so played or attacks. So the turn you play it, when you attack with it right after that, they're basically going to be getting rid of 4 cards in their hand and placing them at the bottom of their deck. But play, does it. They choose to attack, choose to, and if it stays on board, so on. So it couldn't hurt if it stays on board. So be prepared to see that roaming around. This Union Potara is a blue Sun Goku and a blue Vegeta. It's for free. That's kind of crazy to me. And if you have 4 or more energy, you can choose battle cards in your energy when choosing cards to use this card's Union skill from your hand. I think that's really good. It's got Deflect and Barrier, so prepare to see that whole thing coming around. This could only cost you 4 energy and potentially be a turn 3, turn 4 play. I mean, turn 4, obviously, but expect to see it potentially turn 3 with Trunks. During your opponent's turn, if all of your energy is mono blue, so you can play this card if it's revealed from your life. So that's whole, like, all of Trunks' gimmicks is to potentially gain value off of revealing it from your life and playing the card. She is only a 1k, but when you play this card, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add a blue Sun Goku, Vegeta, or Future Trunks. So they all of them have to be blue no matter which one you're choosing. This isn't just applying to the Goku, it's applying to all of them. I think that's pretty nice that it can be for free doing that, so you can play defensive still, or you can just take the life and know that you're going to do that with the future, or with the Supreme Kai of Time. Basically what you're doing is manipulating your life so you're getting these plays off. A new Mai card, when this card is played, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and then add up to 1 blue Unison with a specified cost of 2. I think that's pretty nice. You have some Unison searchers. I actually wasn't expecting this to happen, but prepare to see her potentially see a little bit of play. I don't know how much play she's going to see, but we'll see. And then you can look for a blue Future Trunks as well. So it's just another target. We have a new Gawasu card. It looks at the top 7 for a blue Zamasu. I think that's interesting. This works for a lot of Zamasu stuff. Obviously, this works with the multicolored Zamasus. It works with the original Zamasus. So I can actually see him seeing a decent amount of play, whether it be casual or potential new meta deck or a rogue deck. He's actually not that bad just because he looks at the top 7 for a blue Zamasu. This new Goku Black, I actually love this card a lot. It's an EX Evolve onto a blue Goku Black. Doesn't matter the cost of it, just has to be a blue Goku Black. I think that's great. It's 30k triple strike, so for 4 energy you could have that. In the original Goku Black deck, it's really nice. Yeah, you can evolve this onto a card that's in your energy too. It's crazy. If your leader card is a blue Zamasu or a Goku Black, so if your opponent has 5 or more energy, you're basically getting rid of 2 of their energy. I think that's pretty solid. I don't know how much this is going to actually happen, because we might see it rushed out just to do triple strike rather than actually going for its full effect. But if it happens, it still hurts. So prepare to see this roaming around. Keep in mind, rares in this set can be non-foil as well as foil. I don't know how they're going to do their foiling this set, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of happy about that because it switches things up, but at the same time, it takes away from having a foil in every pack. So we'll see how that is. I do like this Goku Black a lot, like I said. I'm going to try him out in my Goku Black deck. I love Goku Black as a deck, so we'll see how it goes. Another Goku Black. If your leader card is a blue Zamasu or Goku Black card, place this card in your energy from your hand, and then... Oh, wait, in your energy from your hand. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're ramping with him. I forgot what he did. And you can't place cards in your energy or play cards other than Mono Blue, Zamasu, or Goku Black cards for the turn. At the end of your turn, if this card is in your energy, place it in the owner's drop area. This card's actually pretty solid. It takes a place if you don't have Zen-oh on board, so you can just place him from your hand to ramp for the turn. So I can see him seeing a small amount of play, but Zen-oh would be the more prominent one, since that's turn by turn. Fuzamasu, the Divine Immortal. This card is interesting once we get to the field card, but essentially, once you EX Evolve onto a blue Zamasu card with an energy cost of 5, he brings out this field card for free by removing him from the board. He has dual attack as well, so he's a 35k dual attack for 4 energy. So, not bad. Indestructible as well, like I said, so that's nice. And this is the 5-drop Fuzamasu they're going for. He is like the Vegeta, where you can choose cards that are in your energy, I believe. No, they're actually from your hand. Oh, that's a little bit different. You do have an energy restriction, they just have to be from your hand. So that's a little bit interesting. I don't know why they didn't kind of use, like, I mean, it's still Union Potara, I guess. But, yeah, it can be for free, once again. That's crazy. Indestructible, 24k. New 1-drop Zamasu if your leader card is a blue Zamasu or Goku Black when this card is played from your hand. Place the top card of your deck in the energy, then at the end of the turn, if the card you place is in your energy with the skill, or is in your energy, place it in its owner's drop area. If you placed a card in your energy with this skill isn't in your energy, the card you placed in your energy with this skill isn't in your energy. Place one card from your energy in its owner's drop. So, essentially what this is doing is it's not letting you abuse the set 2 Goku Black leader. It's still solid. It ramps you for the turn, but it's not letting you abuse the leader. I actually really like this new Zen-oh super combo. It works at 5 or less. When you play it, you draw a card, so it is a 1 cost. It seems like they want you to play it, but I don't know how I feel about that. When this card is used in a combo, you can add 1 card from your energy to your hand, and then if you do, place 1 from your hand into your energy. Kind of similar to the Vegeta leader from the Ultimate Box. I'm a big fan of this card, Final Hope Slash. So if your leader card is mono blue, switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode, or 1 of your mono blue energy specifically. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, ignoring barrier, and return its hand. So, I don't know. It's pretty solid there, but what I'm looking at mainly is the fact that you can do this for free, not for free, if you have a blue Unison card in play. That's pretty nice. I can see this card actually seeing some play. It may not be at 4 ofs, but I can see 2 or 3 in a deck. This card is a little underwhelming, still decent though, but if you have a blue Unison card in play, draw 1 card, and if the battle card being played is an energy cost of 4 or less, place it at the bottom of the owner's deck instead. If all of your energy is mono blue, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy cost by choosing 2 other cards in your hand and discarding them. So you're still negging 2 from hand, but because you're drawing 1, so it's not neg 3, it's a neg 2. Could be better. It's okay. I don't really see it seeing play, but it's possible. This is the field card I was talking about. This card can't be removed from your battle area by the skills of your opponent's battle cards. When your opponent plays a battle card with an energy cost of 4 or more, it is placed in its owner's energy in rest mode instead. So I can see this being used for the actual set 7's Zamasu leader. It wasn't a card I was expecting. It's kind of interesting, but even when it's activated, you choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in their owner's energy in rest mode. So it looks like they were going for some old Zamasu support as well. Or set 7 Zamasu, not old. I'm a fan of this in the sideboard. It's not a great card, but I think it's a decent sideboard card. It's the only thing we've seen that can affect Unison cards directly right now, aside from attacking it. So, activate main, activate battle. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards at the energy cost of 3 or less, return it to its owner's hand, and draw 1 card. So you can do that defensively if you just can't out-combo a 3 or less battle card. Obviously, it doesn't ignore barriers, so there is that issue, but still, I think it's pretty solid. And then choose 1 of your opponent's Unison cards and remove a marker from it. So that could be good if it's at 1 or if you're trying to stop it from getting up to the ability that's going to hurt you the most. So I really want that card foil as well, just because the art on it. It's Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. It's one of my favorite characters. Not my favorite, but one of. So out of the starter deck cards that were revealed, we have the new Vegito leader. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. I'm a fan of that, as always, as long as it's not forced to attack a leader. If it's your opponent's turn, 1 of your blue Unison cards would be placed in your drop area, or 1 of your blue battle cards is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd. You may flip this card over. If you do, draw 2 cards. Yeah, you can awaken at 8 life, potentially. It's kind of crazy with this deck. You could be a 15k at 8 life right away. I mean, we've seen that already, but still. This is an Awaken leader. It's a little bit different. It's not Awaken Surge. It's not Wish. I think that's nice. So, its standard Awaken is when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 1 card and then choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Standard leaders that we've had right now. Auto is when this card attacks, draw 1 card, standard. Activate Battle is interesting. This obviously works with the Unison card in the deck once we get there, but choose 1 of your blue Unison cards and it gets 10k power and triple strike for the battle. Activate Battle, 2 blue. Activate Battle. That's the best part about it. If it's your opponent's turn, when 1 of your blue Unisons would be placed in a drop area, or 1 of your blue battle cards is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, you can switch 1 of your mono blue energy to active mode and draw a card. So hey, still works. I think Deadly Defenders or the Ultimate Box Vegito would be the best pair with this, or just some sort of blocker. This card was actually revealed before, I just never covered it. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card and you have a blue Saiyan battle card in play in rest mode, your leader cards don't take damage from attacks. They said leader cards. I think that's just future proofing. They may have multiple leaders in the future, but right now it's just one leader. Unison cards do not count as a leader. Activate main, choose one of your leader cards or battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Add a marker to this card. So you add a marker for free. Well, not really a free. It's essentially acting as a +1 for the card. Draw one card, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of their owner's deck. Sucks that it has to be greater than because he kind of falls off, but the permanent is the main thing you want him for. SSB Son Goku, Tenacious Warrior. Add one card from your life to your hand. When this card attacks, it gets 11k power for the turn. So he's another Self-Awakener they added, but nothing too insane. But when he's KO'd, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Add one blue Unison card with the specified cost of 2 among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. I actually kind of like that. It's just another searcher, and it makes them second guess attacking it or getting rid of it. If your leader card is a blue Saiyan card, this card gains critical. Its specified cost is 2, but it gains crit, which is nice. When this card is KO, draw one card, then add up to one blue Unison card with the specified cost of 2 from your drop area to your hand. Works with the starter deck Unison a lot. Obviously, 2 of the main set ones. I can see him seeing play potentially. I really like this Trunks here. I don't know how much play it's actually going to see because we don't have a lot of good 2 or less Saiyans that you'd want to play off this. But auto, pay 1 blue if your leader card is a blue Saiyan card. We don't have a lot of good blue Saiyan leaders right now. We have some, obviously, but nothing that's like, man, I want to run it with this because, you know, the original SS3 is banned right now. But we still have some out there. I use Kid Trunks, and I would actually like to attempt to pair this with him. So when he's comboed, you activate or pay the 1 blue, and then choose up to 1 blue Saiyan card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand, negate its skills, and play it in rest mode. So you cheat it out. That's what I like about it. I don't know how much it's going to see play with the lack of 2-drop blues that are actually very beneficial, but we have Anti-Box Vegeta that's probably going to be the most paired with it. And then you have the starter deck Vegeta from here. Dash Pack Trunks from set 6. That'd probably be my favorite one to pair with it, but I think Anti-Box Vegeta is the best choice. That is actually all of the cards they released to us. Kind of hyped about the starter deck. I actually do like it. I'm going to give it a shot. Awakening at 8 life is actually kind of dumb, but yeah, these are all the reveals. We'll try to get to, I believe they're revealing green next week, so we'll do green. And that is all for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what cards out of this whole entire batch you like the most. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.